Good evening, everyone. Welcome. You're correct, Billy. It is not Friday. It is Thursday night. It is 7 p.m., and that can only mean one thing. It is time for our weekly 1 hour live stream. Why are we live on Thursday instead of Friday? Put simply, guys, I will not be getting home until very, very late tomorrow evening. Too late to do the live stream. And I did not want to just not do a live stream this week for you guys. So that's why we're doing it tonight. And welcome everyone. We've got a nice group in here. We've got Max, we've got Mark, we've got Aaron, we've got Buddy, we've got Billy, we've got Matt. How was everyone's Christmas? I hope you all had a great and wonderful Christmas. I had a pretty good day yesterday. Can't complain. Uh, Joining us on the shelf, given what we're doing this week, it seems pretty obvious that the Olympians would be joining us this week. So, uh, Buddy's got a Britannic model. That's awesome, buddy. Congratulations. Um, there's going to be the whatchamacallit, the Hobby Boss is going to be putting out an actual Britannic model too in the coming year. I will be getting that one and building it as well. So, having said all that, we're not going to waste any time. Karen's here. Welcome. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to get right into it. Guys, I have a question for you. Are you ready to go back to Titanic? It has been 84 years. Where do we want to start? Do we want to start in first class? Do we want to start in second class, third class? Officers only, crew areas forward. Where do we want to start? Let's see. Anyone's got any suggestions? So we haven't done this in a long time. So I figured now would be a good time for us to once again walk the decks of Titanic. I've got 2 votes for engine room and 1 vote for second class. Aaron, I can still smell the paint. Titanic was the ship of dreams, and it was. It really was. So I've got 2 votes for engine room. Let's see. Billy says Aaron should pick since he is a member. That's an interesting one. Buddy, I am not the captain of the Titanic. No, you don't want to be the captain of the Titanic. We all unfortunately know what happened there. So let's see. Since we've got 2 votes for engine and seems that's it, let's go ahead and start at the engine room. Let's see. Can we start at the engine room? Well, we can start in the boilers. We can't start in the engine room. Aaron suggests the radio room. Okay, well, if we're going to go to the wireless room, we got to start in first class. So let's start at the first class promenade. That's where we're going to go. Lady and gentlemen, I bid you welcome to Titanic. Billy, wait, what happened to the boat? I mean, ship. well, unfortunately, there was this little problem with ice. Buddy says, I am now the captain of the Titanic. I wish you luck with that, buddy. So, guys, my computer's a little slow. So, and as I'm saying that, we load into the game. So here we are, first class promenade. We are looking at a deck, and this would be the starboard side promenade. No, this is port side. We're on the port side. So let's go up to the boat deck, and we are going to make our way. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's go to the first class entrance. And we're going to get to everyone's suggestions. Don't worry about that. So here we are. We're walking on the port side forward on the boat deck, and we're going to go into the officers' promenade. That's probably where I should have started. So did anyone see the video that Mike Brady put out for his video game Grand Voyage, the one that came out a few days ago? So we go this way, and we come up to the wireless shack right here. And there is an actual photo. One of Father Brown's photos that he took was actually like basically facing like this, and Jack Phillips is seated in this chair with his back turned to the camera. Imagine if he'd actually been facing the camera. That image would be of even more historical value than what it already is. So yep, here's our wireless room. There's the nice skylight. And unfortunately, this is where the roof is caving in right here on the wireless room. And this would be where Phillips and Bride slept. And got a bunch of machinery in here. And it looks like cans of wet paint right there. Mark says he saw the video. So, guys, if you did not see the video that Mike Brady put out a few days ago for his Grand Voyage game, they made an announcement that Carpathia is going to be in that game. How cool is that? All right, so that's the wireless room. Let's go and take a walk up. Since we're already right here at the bridge, we might as well go to the bridge now. Oh, Mark says buckets of sand. Does it look like sand? I don't know. It kind of looks like white paint to me. Let's go back and look. Okay, yeah. I see the texture now. You're right, Mark. Let's see. I didn't notice the texture the first time we looked at it. But yeah. I wonder, does anyone know what they would have used that for? Admittedly, I do not know. That's cool, buddy. Just let us know when you do it, and we will check it out. So here we are into the bridge, and of course, as we all know, the warning would have been called in right here, and here's where they actually steered the ship from when the ship was at sea. Mark says apparently the sand shorts out the fire, but doesn't know how. And of course, here we are. Most forward section of the bridge. Buddy, hard to starboard. And after the collision, he ordered hard to port because they port rounded the berg. That way the stern wouldn't strike the berg as well. So Hitchens would have been right here. He would have been at the helm. And you would have had somebody right here behind him standing here to make sure that he was carrying out the orders that were being given to him. And of course, Murdoch would have been like right around here at the time. Matt says, yeah, the sand will starve out the fire of oxygen. Yep. James is the officer, Mark is the captain, and I am the quartermaster. This is the All-American Travels Titanic, buddy, not the RMS Titanic, and I am the captain. Now, I like how they did this little detail right here. You can see on each side, when the ship was sailing, they would have had these cutters swung out. So I like how they got that little detail. And one of the things that bugs me, can I get around this wire? Did we somehow get ensnared? Okay. One of the things that's always annoyed me about this demo is you cannot go down the steps right here, down to A deck. I don't know why they did it that way. But anyway, there's the bridge section. Let's just take a tour around boat deck real quick. So what are your favorite parts of the ship? And as far as Olympic and Britannic, do you have different parts of those ships that are your favorite as opposed to what's on Titanic? We just hit two of my favorite spots, the bridge and the wireless room. Matt says the wireless room as well. So here we are. This would be the first class promenade up on boat deck. We're going to hit the engineers promenade, and then we'll catch the second class promenade. And there's the first class entrance to the grand staircase. And of course here, we got the compass platform over here in the middle. And we know that somewhere in this area is where the breakup happened. It was right around here. Matt says, let's see the anchor up in the bow. We can't get off the ship in this demo, Matt, so there's no way to see the anchor unless you're talking about the anchor that's up on the forecastle. So let's finish our little tour of boat deck, and then we can go look at that real quick. Let's see. And this would be the engineer's promenade, followed by second class. And here we go. So this right here would actually be the dome cover for the aft grand staircase. Remember, Titanic had a forward and an aft grand staircase. So yeah, here's second class promenade. Actually, I think I prefer the second class promenade over the first class. Seems like they've got like a little bit more area, actually. You see this pipe right here? Let's go look at this real quick. You see this pipe coming out the roof here and going into the back of the fourth funnel right there? Does anyone know what that pipe was for? This pipe was actually a feature unique to Titanic. Olympic and Britannic did not have that. Does anyone know what that would have been for? All right, and there's the second class entrance. But we're not going to go into second class just yet. But he says, I did not notice that. Yep, that was unique to Titanic. That pipe right there. That horizontal pipe. Mark, where are you at? I know you know what that was for. Fill us in, Mark. What was that for? All right, Matt wants to see the anchor up front. Now, we can't actually walk on the forecastle. So actually, the closest we can get is going into C deck and then climbing up the mast. And you can see it from there. But you can't actually walk on the forecastle in this demo. So we'll go look at that real quick. And then we'll make our way. We might as well go descend the grand staircase. Wouldn't it be cool if the list would work in this game as well? Oh, there's a collapsible right there. So yeah, the best view we can get is from here. You can barely make out the anchor from here. So we'll get a better view when we go up into the crow's nest. Mark, the fourth funnel vented the galley, but that pipe was to funnel smoke from the smoking room. Let's see. So we're going to go into we're going to go inside. Well, let's go to take a look at the gym real quick too, since we're right here. Keep getting caught on that dang on wire right there. Let's go look at the gym real quick. To gymnasium. Yep. So common misconception about the fourth funnel. Everybody calls it a dummy. As we know, the fourth funnel, it didn't function the way the other ones did because it wasn't connected to the boilers, but it vented the first class smoking room and the kitchens. So it did serve a purpose, just not the same purpose as the other three. The pipe on the fourth funnel, it allowed emergency release of steam. Well, that was, you're talking about the long, small ones on the backs of the funnels that go all the way up. That's what those were for. And they show that in A Night to Remember and Cameron's Titanic movie. And we can headbutt the yeah, well, you're right, Mark. Yes, it vented the smoke from the fireplace. That's what I was meaning to say. Because as we know, the smoking room only had the only functioning fireplace on the ship. Sorry, I should have been more detailed in my description. But he says, I've got my Britannic model on my desk right now. Well, I've got mine right there, as you can see. All right, first class stairs. Here we go, grand staircase. I wish the lifts worked in this game too. And here we are, right there. Name of the game, Honor and Glory, Crowning Time. And here we go. Didn't they find a piece of the cherub, or it might not have been this cherub, but I think there's another cherub on the ship. Mark says, then that pipe would be a vent for a pantry oven. I'm gonna have to research more into that. I mean, I'm not saying you're not right. You very well could be, but I'm gonna have to do more research into that. But he says they need to add nighttime mode and add like a story to tell a game. None of that's going to happen, buddy, unfortunately. Oh, okay. Mark says they found the aft grand staircase cherub. I knew they found one, and I knew it wasn't this one. I just couldn't remember which one it was. Karen says, how do they know what the grand staircase, if they, I guess she means look like, if they never had any pictures of it? Because based on plans, documents, etc., Titanic's grand staircase would have been virtually identical to Olympics, which we do have photos of Olympics. In fact, any photo you've ever seen of Titanic's grand staircase is not Titanic, it's Olympic. So it's even if there were slight differences, it's safe to assume that that Titanic's would have been virtually identical to Olympics. And this is the reading and writing room. Yeah, Max says, so going back to the sheriff, Max says there's one in the aft grand staircase. So yeah, that would have been the one that they found. Titanic. Okay. Mark, far more pictures of Olympic than Titanic. Well, yeah, and that's, as we know, that goes to, you know, Olymp- Titanic had a 4-day career and Olympic had a 24-year career. And here's the first class lounge. Now, in Cameron's movie, I believe when they're showing interior of the breakup, I want to say it's like right here. I seem to remember this being the roof that just shatters in the breakup scene in that movie. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. But beautiful room. And in Titanic Adventure Out of Time, this is also in the game, this room, but it's towards the very end of the game. You don't see it until the actual after the collision happens. Let's see. Mark says there is a picture of Titanic's reading and writing room. Was it a photo that Father Brown took? Do you know, Mark? All right, heading aft here. And here's the aft grand staircase, and there is the cherub on the aft grand staircase. So there we go. So this would have been the one that they found. Okay, so let's go back and finish our tour of A deck. It is a Father Brown photo. Okay. And Matt, are you paying attention? Here you go. I know you want to see this. This would have been Father Brown's stateroom. He did photograph his stateroom. And there is his camera right there. Vest pocket Kodak. I can't make out the rest of what it says, but yep. And he would have been standing essentially like right here because there's a picture of his bed and the little dresser right there. Now, if we go to the port side on the same side, in the same area, this would have been Thomas Andrews' room. And look at all the blueprints right here. It's a 1911 vest pocket Kodak. There you go. Average price for that camera is $400. I mean, how many of those still exist, I wonder? But he says, I'd love to see the wreck, but it's too deep. I would rather see Britannic and Lusitania. I would not go to Lusitania just because it's even worse off than Titanic is. There's just not much to see. The wreck is essentially pancaked on top of itself. Britannic would be the best one to see because Britannic is, of the three, Britannic is way better preserved than Titanic and Lusitania. So, Mark, Lusitania is almost flat. Exactly. So, here we are in the smoking room. Played cards once with good old Buick Riviera right here. Who recognizes that name? And here we are, the only functioning fireplace on the ship right here. And of course, A Night to Remember and Cameron's movie show Thomas Andrews in this room. In A Night to Remember, he's sitting in a chair. And he might be eventually make his way to the fireplace, but at first they show him sitting in a chair. In Cameron's movie, of course, he's standing here, and the last time we see him, he's fixing the clock right here. That looks like a warship in that painting. I have to research and see what painting that is. And here we go. I do forget what this room is called. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Does anyone remember what this room is called? Isn't this the Palm Court? All right, let's move on. Mark says the painting is called Entrance to Plymouth Harbor. And Max says, yes, it is the Palm Court. Hey, Matt, I'm going to call it the chessboard room. Let's go down. I knew veranda. Veranda's on the starboard side, but I couldn't remember what that one was. So, in fact, if we go down to B deck, let's go down to B deck on the starboard side. And here we are at one of my favorite spots on the ship, the Cafe Parisien. Of course, we know Olympic did not have this originally, and after the sinking, when in the 1913 refit that Olympic got, she was given a Cafe Parisien. And here we go. What do we have here? Oh, there's the menu. And let's see, what do we have here? Odinino's Imperial Restaurant, London. The restaurant is under management of the company who have appointed El Gotti. And according to On a Sea of Glass, Ismay actually dined more in here, if I remember right, than he did in first class dining on D deck. All right, so since we're on B deck, we can go and Ismay's suites were on B deck. So we can go take a look at those real quick. And he would have been on this side here. Ismay's suites were over here on the port side forward. Staterooms B52, 54, and 56. Those should sound familiar if you've seen Cameron's movie. Let's see. Titanic stern looks bad, is in bad condition, bad condition than the bow. I think you mean it's in worse condition than the bow. And yes, it did very much implode. So we might not be forward enough. Yeah, we are. There's the grand staircase right here. I must be having a brain fart. I know, or was this maze? Yeah, where are we at? B52. Now, I know you can go in these. I mean, I've done it before. Ah, here we go. Well, that's B58. I know you can go in those rooms. I've done it before. I don't know why the doors aren't open, unless I loaded up the wrong demo. So let's go over here. And I knew we could go in these. Welcome back, Mark. And here we are, a private promenade deck. Beautiful rooms. And anyway, let's go down to C deck. And of course, the purser's office is right here. You know, Ismay's rooms, I'm 90% certain Ismay's rooms were B52, 54, and 56, and you can't get in them. And I know I've been in them before. Let's see. Okay, C deck. I think you can go in C73. Let's. Ah, we've got some open rooms here. This looks like the Strauss suite right here. All right, let's go run down to C73 real quick. Let's see, 83, got a few more to go. The doors should be open. Mark says, yeah, that was the Strauss suite. Here we are, C73. This is your cabin in Titanic Adventure Out of Time. And it looks similar to this, although the walls are a bit different, and I think the carpet is a bit different in the game as well. So, and I think the aft grand staircase stops at C deck. Yep, there it is. Maids and valet saloon. The barber shop was here. All right, let's go. Let's do a little teleport here. Let's make our way over to second class. Spent like half of the show already just on first class. Let's go look around second class. Let's see, second class. I forget where it loads us in at. Wonder how much a haircut on the Titanic costs. I'm sure you could afford it. If we're talking 1912 currency, I'm sure you'd be able to afford it. All right, here we are. I love how second class, the entrance here starts, and we're actually, the aft well deck was third class, as was the forward deck. And there's the pole for the aft mast. Max says, I personally really like second class. Second class was a lot nicer than it gets credit for. I do forget what this room is. Maybe this would have been the second class lounge. Right. So this will go up probably to boat deck. All right, and here we go. Another beautiful room in second class. And I'll admit to not knowing second class as well as I do first class, of course. Seeing lots and lots of ashtrays. Look at that, matches. This would have had to have been the second class smoking room, because I mean, look at all the matches on the table. So that kind of gives it away. This would have been second class smoking. And here we go. There's second class entrance. Another second class entrance. And all of that would have been third class, the poop deck and the aft well deck. Max loves the floor in that room. Yes. So let's go down some more. And this would have been second class dining, because it looks a lot nicer than third class. That's how we know we're still in second class. Got a nice piano there. So let's go down some more. I'm not familiar with that photo you're talking about, buddy. So we can't go down any further than this. This looks like it would have been a cabin. Although I don't know why you'd have a window that opens up like that, and unless it was like a worker's cabin or something. So that's the farthest we can go, and you can see this curtain here is blocking off whatever's right there. It says head aft. Let's head aft. So this would have been all cabin areas, and we can't access any of the cabins here. Let's see. We're probably getting into third class. Let's see. Mark says dining room, steward's room. That's what that room was that we were in. Okay. So we're running into dead ends here. Let's go back up. So again, there's the second class dining. And I think this is probably all dead ends as well. Yeah, we're still in second class. I thought eventually it's going to make its way down to, I was looking for like Scotland Road, because then I know for sure we'd be in third class, but it didn't look like we can get to it from there. To aft well deck. So we're definitely going into third class now. Yep, so there we are, aft well deck. And of course, that goes up to second class. And the poop deck. Of course, our two famous fictional characters met right here. Going to do what Jack and Rose did when the ship went down. Hell no, I'm getting in a lifeboat. Going on Murdoch's side of the ship because he was letting men on. And as soon as the opportunity presents itself, I'm getting on a boat. All right, let's teleport. Going to hit some of the high spots. Try and see what all we want to see before we have to end the stream. Let's see. Yep, let's go look at the baths real quick because we can check out the pool and the squash court from here. So, and of course, here's the closed bulkhead right here that believe. Well, actually, I don't remember if these are both closed or not. I don't think this one was closed because they were able to get inside of the Turkish baths. Cameron got inside the Turkish baths, but one of the bulkheads is closed, and that's why they can't access the swimming pool. And of course, here's the pool. And let's go for a dip. Whoops. And there we go. Karen says, I would have been on the boat when it left the dock. I'm guessing you meant to say you would have not been on the boat when it left the dock. And there's the electric bath, made famous in Titanic Adventure Out of Time. And the showers. And there were showers in the pool area too. Here's more of the Turkish baths. Let's go find the squash court real quick. To linen storage. No, I'm not looking for linen storage. Wanted to find the squash court. I don't know. I think the pool's probably a little dirty right now. First class main stairway. Oh, she meant she would have been on the lifeboat. Well, nobody knew the ship was going to hit an iceberg and sink, so the last thing on anybody's mind was to go hang out in a lifeboat for the entire journey. Like I said, if when it came to it, I would have made sure I was on Murdoch's side of the ship because he was letting men on. And F deck. Nope, Turkish baths, we were just there. And what's here? To Scotland Road. Yeah, let's go check out Scotland Road. We can make our way aft. We can see the engine rooms. Because I think some of you guys wanted to see the engine room as well. So let's head aft. That would be forward. And here we go. Well, let's go check out third class dining real quick. So this will be the third class dining area. All right, let's go check out the engines. At the bottom of the forward grand staircase is Scotland Road 2. Yeah, that's where we just came from, Mark. I think at the bottom of E deck, because Scotland Road is on E deck. That's where we're at right now. And we keep going further back. We will find the engines. And here we go. Would have been great if they would have added sound to this so we could see these engines, or we could hear these engines going. That's the biggest thing I wish they would have done, was added sound into this to this area. And we're not even seeing the full complete tower here. Just massive, massive engines. You see they're still going. You got to go all the way up here to see the very, very top of the assembly. That's the very top right there. Nice skylight looking coming through. Yeah, the engines are moving. There's smoke coming out the funnel, but the ship is stationary. Don't ask me why they did their game this way. I don't have the answer to that. And let's see. I'm pretty sure this would be the center turbine engine. Bar engines are still almost brand new, never run again. Everything on the ship was brand new and was completely destroyed. And of course, the Mott's 55. Welcome to the stream. This is truly amazing. I feel like I am walking around on board. Well, good. Is this your first time seeing this? And I'm glad you stopped by. I'm glad you're enjoying this. I'm trying to find Joffin's room. This is your first time seeing. Wow. Okay. Well, good. Welcome. I normally do a live stream every Friday night, but I'm going to be not getting home till very, very late tomorrow. So we're doing this on Thursday night. And also, Mott's, this is free to play. If you go to, I think it's Titanic Honor and Glory's website, you can download all of the demos for free because that's what this is. It's a demo. It's not a full game. They never actually released the full game. This is, we don't think they will. This is probably the best we're going to get. Syracuse Aviation, my first time stopping by here. Looks like a lot of fun exploring Titanic. Well, welcome. Happy to have you guys with us. And yeah, we do this every now and then. It's been a while since we've walked through the ship here, but it's great that we've got this, even though it's not a full game. I think I might have went too far forward. Because we all remember who Joffin is. Well, this might be it right here. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Look at that. Chef, baker, and assistant chef. So this would have been Joffin's room right here. And we know the story. He pretty much got drunk in his cabin. And the last time he went into his room, as he's walking out, he looks around this corner and it's pitch black down there, and there's nothing but a wall of water ever so slowly coming in his direction. He hightailed it out of there, and that was it. Mats, what would the object of the game be? So there is no object truly, like there's no like purpose, honestly, Mats, other than to explore the ship. It's a digital recreation. It's about 50% of the ship that they recreated. And essentially think of it as like a museum ship, but just digitally, and you just walk around and explore it. That's all it really is. Max, where is the potato room? Max, I am shocked you can't remember where the potato room is. I don't believe that. So let's go forward here on Scotland Road. Yeah, and Mats, again, if you go to Titanic Honor and Glory's website, you can download this and all their other demos completely free. And you are free to explore the ship at your leisure for however long you want. So let's go forward. And this would have been like a little common area for third class passengers. We're still on C deck. Let's go up a couple of levels. This would have also been like a common area. You need a good computer to download. You can the graphics settings are customizable, Mark. So even if you don't have the greatest computer, you can configure it to run. I've got everything actually on medium settings right now. That way, there's no bogging down of my computer. Buddy said he went to the website, but my computer is not going to like that. I get it. But guys, my computer isn't exactly the greatest either. Like I said, I've got everything on medium setting. If I wasn't streaming the game, I would put everything on high settings because I've done it and my computer can handle it. But trying to stream it, it would not be good. Let's do another teleport. Let's go to a different area. Let's see. Go to main menu. Poor Steve. His computer crashed last week before we did the live stream with Steve, and Steve had to do it from his phone. Let's see, post office and baggage. Let's go there. Gonna try and hit as many spots before we call it a wrap here. First, no, we don't want to go to first class. We've already been to first class. Trying to see what deck it starts us on. Okay, so here we go. Here's the post office. And of course, we did the Titanic VR game a while back, and where you actually explore the Titanic as the wreck, and we were able to come down and explore this room. Of course, here's all the rest of the mail. You would be on Titanic and all the boats are launched. A, will you jump off, or B, wait until the ship gets lower into the water? If the boats are gone, I'm going to figure out some way to make my own type of flotation device, and I'm going to use that to get off. Okay, so here we go. Let's go back up a couple of decks. Here's a cargo area. I wish they had the cargo area where the car was. I know it was in one of the forward areas. Mark says raft. There you go. So here's more cargo. And all of this would have been one of the first areas to go under after the collision. You remember the story how the postal workers were dragging mail up from the lower deck and up to like F deck, and they couldn't stop it. There was no way to stop it. Okay, so post office is done. I was trying to see if we could get up to the higher decks from here. I don't want to go to first class. Let's see. Go to main menu. And let's see. Crew areas forward. That's how we get to the forward mast, so we can get to the crow's nest. But at least the fish got their mail. Well, I believe here we go. It's right here. Here's the crow's nest. 2 crow's nest. And here we are in the crow's nest. There's the bell that they would have rung right here. And there we go, iceberg right ahead. And you still can't see the anchor really good, but there it is. The little bit of it that you can see. Who remembers the names of the 2 crew members that were in the crow's nest? Who remembers their names? Beautiful view of the ship right here. Yep. Mark and Buddy both got it. Hard to starboard, Mark, reverse the engines. Reginald Lee and Frederick Fleet. That is correct. Okay, let's see. Where else can we go that we haven't been? And here's an extra question. Did either of them survive? See, we looked at the bath, second class. We looked at the officers' rooms. Boiler rooms. Let's go to the boiler rooms. Max says yes. Buddy says yes. Mark says Fleet survived. Both of them survived. Frederick Fleet and Reginald Lee both survived. To Fireman's Passage. Well, let's go look at the actual boilers real quick. Yes, Max, all of the lookouts survived. The Mott's 55. I met a survivor in 1991 in the UK. Really? Do you remember who it was? That's amazing. Buddy, better close the watertight doors just in case. You met Melvina Dean. Wow. That is incredible. I know someone who actually has her autograph and Robert Ballard's. He didn't meet them in person, but he was telling me a story. There was a time in his life where he was just writing to a lot of different people and asking for their autographs. And he wrote to Melvina Dean and he wrote to Robert Ballard, and both of them sent him autographs. And you have her autograph. That's awesome. And of course, we all know a fun fact about Melvina Dean. She was the last survivor to pass away. I would have loved to have met her and like Eva Hart. It seemed like Eva had Eva was one of the last to really remember everything, in her words. Fireman's Passage. Let's see. I won't even say I know the ship like the back of my hand, but I will say if the Titanic existed today and I walked onto the ship, I would not need a map to find myself around. Eva was 7 years old at the time of the sinking. Mark says Steve met Don Lynch a couple of times on the Queen Mary lately. That's awesome. I don't know. Steve told me that. Well, actually, no, I think he did tell me that. So going up the spiral staircase, you see these things go way, way up. And there we are. We can look down on, oh, we can go down in here. Supplies. This must be part of the, more part of like the crew areas. Buddy, is the Queen Mary 2 still in service? Yes, she is. This way up. We're going up and up and up. Yeah, he does have an interview with him, Mark. Now that I remember that, now that you say that. So these stairs they keep going up. I'm guessing they're going all the way up to the okay, well here they go. Those stop here at D deck. You got to take those to go down. And we're up to C deck, and this would be again where we would have gone right here in this corner, or there was a corner where you go into to the mast. Yep, there's the room. Okay, guys, is there any area that we haven't seen that you want to see before we wrap this up for the evening? I think we hit all the high spots. This would be some crew area right here. That's a long fall right there. Yeah. Oh, look at that hatch. Looks like more storage. Yeah, I think we have seen pretty much everything there is to see, at least for all of the major areas that we would have wanted to see. Mods wants to know what is my favorite part of the ship. I've got a couple of high spots that I would consider favorites. Mods, I would go with if I had to do like a top five, I would go with the bridge, the wireless room, the grand staircase, the Cafe Parisien, and hmm, for the fifth, oh no, I just fell way down there. Probably, if I had to go with like a fifth, probably just probably either the boat deck or the promenade deck, just walking around. I was on a cruise a few weeks ago. I did my first ever cruise, and part of one of the things I enjoyed the most, actually, just on that ship, was just walking the decks and sitting down, looking at the ocean. I made sure to watch the sunset every day. Those were the things that I would put in like my top five as far as what I enjoyed on that cruise. Let's go back to the promenades. One thing I always like to do is walk the A deck promenade before I call this a wrap. Mark's favorite is second class. Mott's, what is your favorite part of the ship? No problem, buddy. No problem. So, yep, we're going to walk around the promenade deck here, and then let's see, that's aft. We're just going to promenade real quick, and after that, we're going to go ahead and call it a wrap. Um, so, Buddy's favorite part of the ship is the bridge. Yeah, like I just mentioned, it's part of mine. It'd be one of my favorite spots. Mark, first class. Excuse me, Aaron. Mark says I'm getting tongue tied here. Second class shows more wood. I'm assuming that's why it's Mark's favorite. Aaron says first class lounge and smoking room. Excellent areas, Aaron. The Mott says on Titanic, yes, the restaurants or the dining rooms. That's what we didn't see. Before we wrap it up, guys, we're going to go down to D deck reception and the dining area and make it count. So we're going to finish promenading here, and then we'll go run to the dining room on D deck real quick. Max says the first class reading and writing room. Well, it's an incredibly beautiful room. It's very majestic, to put it. But let's go have a meal before the ship sinks. Well, we're going to go and make it count. To making it count. So, Mott's, real quick. Have you seen James Cameron's Titanic, and have you seen A Night to Remember? And if you've seen both movies, which one do you prefer? I put that question out as a short a couple of days ago. Yes, you've seen both. Excellent. Do you prefer one over the other? There's no right or wrong answer to that. Just your personal preference. Do you prefer one over the other? And Mats, if you're interested in Titanic content and ship related content, I've got a lot of that stuff on my channel, by the way. Big ocean liners and warships fan. I love both. But he's not seen A Night to Remember, but likes James Cameron's movies. Mod says for visuals, Titanic. For story, Night to Remember. I like how they fleshed out the Carpathia and the Californian. For me, I like getting the perspectives of both ships from A Night to Remember. So I'm pretty much on the same page with you there. Let's see. So here we are. Let's go down to D deck. Buddy says, after this stream, I'm going to watch Titanic. That would be cool for me to do, buddy, but I can't because the movie's just too long. I've got to be in bed soon. I'm going to have a long day tomorrow, a very busy day. So unfortunately, I don't have the time this evening to watch a 3-hour movie. But I certainly hope you enjoy it. So here we are in D deck reception. And here we go into the dining area. And here we are, one of the probably one of the biggest scenes on the ship. You know, I think they sat at a long round table. I don't know if it was this one exactly, but it would have been something like this, where they were all seated around an oval type table like this. And like I said, of course, the whole making it count thing happens right there. So it makes you cry every time. Let's go get a nice view from the stern. That's how we'll finish things off here. Oh, nope, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Mott says, I like the way Captain Rostron, who was in a deep sleep, rose to the challenge and did everything he could to get the Titanic. I did a short last year about Arthur Rostron, and like each day, I think it was Titanic week last year. I did a short like each day, and I was like heroes of the Titanic. And Arthur Rostron is definitely one of my favorite people in the whole Titanic story because of exactly what you just described. That man was so desperate to try and get there and save everybody, not just a certain amount. He wanted to save everybody, and he tried so hard. He just, unfortunately, you know, his ship was just too far away and couldn't get there in enough time. But Arthur Rostron is definitely one of my heroes of the Titanic. Him, Phillips, Bride, Andrews, I could go on. So, guys, our content schedule is going to be as follows. Well, most of you guys know, but for our new folks here, I do a video short that comes out every Monday through Friday, 11 o'clock Central Time. Our video of the week, which is either travel or history or both related, comes out every Friday morning at 7 a.m. We do a 1-hour live stream every Friday evening at 7 p.m. Next week, as you can see on the little ticker there, Tim Nesmith from the USS Kidd Veterans Museum is going to be joining us next Friday, January 3rd. Kidd is in dry dock right now, and he's going to be giving us a really big update on what's going on with Kidd. So hope you guys tune in for that. And that's going to do it for this week, guys. I thank you all for joining me and hanging out and walking Titanic with me. And that is going to wrap it up. So, and welcome again to all of our new members. We do have a Discord. Let's see. Mats, I will follow you. Thank you. Well, welcome, Mats. I'm glad to have you with us. Like I said, there's plenty of Titanic, warship content, all types of maritime related content on the channel. Feel free to explore it at your leisure. And I'm glad to have you with us. So, guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me as always. And you guys know the drill. Until the next time, drive safely.